Alright guys, dealing here back with more Yakuza Kiwami, getting a little bit of a later start today than what I would have liked, but oh well, it's 11:17. Just started listening to the LFC, or not the LFC, the light feed update from RCP. Where the fuck am I going? Okay, the corner.
He was like, he's like, I meant to tell you this before we started the game talk. I meant to tell you.
Yeah, not much update on. Obviously, it's the next morning.
I really like you.
But record till around 2-ish.
Yeah, I'm just so glad that we clicked. I hope I hope we can be friends after this. And Nicole was like,
okay.
What is happening?
Oh man, I feel so bad now. I've been mean to him all season, and he's so nice. Why am I such a jerk?
Flattery will get you everywhere with a lot of these players. Some people see right through it. Some
Fuck,
people
where am I
just
going?
absorb it all. And
I guess it was the bottom floor.
Oh, he called me cute. That was so nice.
That was funny. Memphis doing some okay work, I guess, throughout the day. In fact, I'd go as far as to say it's pretty good work. He's really just being countered by Cody at this point. Memphis is going to talk to Enzo.
Yeah, got up a little bit later and also ate lunch and stuff, so lunch / breakfast, I got a lot of that's why I got a little bit of a late start here, but oh well.
Right, we're going to take her out next week and it's going to work out.
Good.
Yeah, I've been tweeting about this, and I'm sure you've been saying the same thing, that just Memphis is really putting this out and trying to make it fact by speaking it to both of the guys. Like, I am staying this week, so as long as things stay the same, I don't mind being up on the block. It's no problem. I get it. And then you guys are gonna vote to keep me. We're gonna go into Final Four. Like, not even doubting it for a second, not making it a question. Like, you guys are keeping me, right? I don't think I've heard him ask them that once. He's just fully assuming and making it clear to them that he's comfortable where he is, and you guys are keeping me. So we're gonna keep moving forward. So let's just keep planning ahead. Let's just make sure that the veto doesn't go anything crazy, that she doesn't use it on Christmas. And,
what is he doing right now? I really don't even know what's going on in the story anymore.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't know if he's doing this on purpose. He may just genuinely have full faith in Cody and Enzo, but I like this as a strategy, again, whether he's doing it on purpose or not, that the more you question somebody, the more you open the door for them to do the thing that you're questioning about. If you act like, no, of course you're obvious, I would never doubt you. Not only does it show that you have faith in them, which is going to make them feel better about you, but it also, doesn't give them any kind of out. It's a lot harder to, in a weird way, because what happens is that people, when they feel insecure or paranoid, they think, oh, if it's coming, it'll be easier. It'll be easier for me, and it'll be harder for them if I talk about it before it happens. But in reality, it's actually harder because the more you say it, the more it exists. If you're like, oh, you'd never betray me, and you're living a happy life, the other person's sitting there like, oh my god, this is gonna be so much worse. Like, if they're sitting there like, you're not gonna do this to me, are you? I hope not. Then it's like, no, of course not. But yeah,
A trophy.
I see it both ways. I don't know that I think he's. I think he's definitely doing this intentionally. Like, this whole, every time that he's talking to the guys, it feels pretty calculated. It feels like to me, it feels like he's going into the conversations with this like agenda to talk the way that he's talking. It doesn't feel the most natural. I feel like the chemistry they've had all game.
I forgot, we're still doing a tattoo thing. That's what we're doing.
I think probably all three of them know exactly what's going on underneath the surface, but they're just kind of playing it cool as to avoid, those tough conversations until later in the week. With Tyler, Cody was keeping it as comfortable as possible for both of them and not really giving him too much information, not really telling him anything about him being the target. But then later in the week, it's going to become a little bit more clear. And then
What a shocking revelation. Who gives a shit? Like, who fucking gives a shit?
Then we saw whatever he might have done, like last Hail Marys. But with Memphis, I don't know. I think he's kind of maybe losing an opportunity here by doing this way. It's not, it's not, I think 100% either way, but by by presenting this as he thinks it's all 100% still great, on board for what he wants it to be, he's not really opening the door to like pull information out of them and say like, so, like, are you even thinking at all that you might be wanting to send me home, and then just see what their reactions are, because by playing the acting game with both of them, you're just acting. All three parties are just acting with each other. But if you actually ask him a little bit and say, ask Cody or ask Enzo, be like, look, I get it. I know I'm like kind of a big target. Are you thinking about this at all? Like, is there anything that I should be worried about? And they might lie to you, but you might at least get something compared to right now that you're just getting all complete BS.
Well, yeah, I think what
I
I'm
completely
saying
disagree
is
with
that
that.
if Memphis was aware that Cody and Enzo were going to vote him out, or at least were thinking about it, what I'm saying is he's aware that he already has the information. And I think this tactic is a good way to, like, pretending you don't, because the second he makes it known that he might even suspect that they were thinking about betraying him, they are going to feel less secure about their own position with Memphis, if that makes sense. Like, the second they know that he knows that they were going to maybe do something, then they're going to think, well, now next week he's going to have a reason to say, well, you guys were thinking of doing this to me. Whereas if they still feel like it's this clean, nice, pristine alliance relationship that still hasn't been touched, still hasn't been tarnished, then it's still an option to turn back to eventually. So,
at least on the Enzo end of things, it's working, right?
Exactly.
Because Enzo is having these considerations of maybe if he is still all on board with this plan, then maybe it doesn't make sense to keep him. So at least on like 50% of the voters here, it could be doing something.
Exactly. And this is the problem that Tyler had last week, which is that even when people kept going back to the decision, it was, well, it's already been screwed up at this point. Like, he already thinks that I'm taking a shot at him. He's already taken a shot at me. Like, it's already gone too far down that path. Whereas with Memphis, he's still sitting at the start of the tracks. Like, hasn't gone anywhere. So what happens is Enzo goes to Cody and he's like, I really do think Memphis will cut Nicole. I think he trusts us, He's gonna take Nicole out.
Yeah, he will. No, well, I mean, he will. But, the conversations that they're going to have throughout the day are going to be, or throughout the day, throughout the past few days, have just been a little bit deeper. They recognize it's a very similar situation. So even if they can keep coming back to this, and they will keep coming back to this for the rest of the week, that yes, Memphis will be more loyal to us and probably will cut Nicole.
That was it for that chapter?
It's
kind of a weird end.
The case that's presented, but he's also the bigger competitor, and it might make more sense to take him out, which is I still feel like where they're leaning, but yeah, they're just going to keep going back and forth. At least for now.
And another thing that Memphis is doing a decent job of is making sure to present it as like, hey, it's Nicole and Christmas. That obviously Nicole is going to want Christmas, so I need you guys to.
So there's what, 16 chapters in this game, right?
I don't trust Christmas and Nicole together, I think Nicole's planning to cut you, I don't think she's taking your final two. Cody's like, yeah, she's for sure not taking the final two, of course not. But Cody says, look, I prefer to not burn her this week, though, because, if we burn her, then she'll definitely cut us at Final Four, whereas she may not if we don't burn her. And Enzo's like, I don't know, I don't know, like, so we burn her, like, whatever, like, what is she gonna do about it? She's gotta get rid of Memphis. She's gonna get rid of Memphis? No, that's it. That's not it. She's not gonna do that. That's it.
Yeah, and another thing, I guess, whether it's intentional or not on Memphis's behalf, I was saying when we just started the podcast about how he's only up there for like 10 minutes at a time. Christmas is up there for about 2 hours at a time when she goes to talk to Nicole. So if they are looking at these two and their relationships, if Cody and Enzo are looking at Memphis and Christmas and their specific relationships to Nicole, they have been feeling like Nicole and Christmas might be having something brewing here. It's the Danny and Davon situation all over again. Davon spent a lot of time with Danny, and it was like, alright, so maybe she wants to use her to advance her own game. And now that you're in Final 5, the fear of Nicole using Christmas to advance her towards that Final 2 spot is definitely a lot. It's 10 times the severity of it all. So that is going to definitely play into the things as well, especially when you see that Memphis does go up there for 10 minutes. So it's close.
Enzo says, look, there's just no way she'd want to take Memphis to the final three. It's just, she would never want that. It doesn't make any sense for her to do that, so they might as well just do what they want this week. They can always make the decision later in the week and just tell Nicole, like, hey, sorry, this is the way we're going. Cody, though, still says, yeah, Christmas is just easier to beat, though, and that's what it comes down to. And this is, again, another week where I can really see it going either way. Even for Enzo, the more I think about it, heading into next week, the only way Enzo goes home is if the person who stays this week wins the HOH. So that means if Christmas or Memphis win the HOH, and then Nicole is the vote, because Nicole will always vote Enzo out over Cody. So if Christmas wins the HOH, Nicole votes out Enzo over Cody. If Memphis wins the HOH, Nicole votes out Enzo over Cody. Those are the only two scenarios where he goes home, and I would put more money on Enzo or on Memphis winning that HOH than Christmas. So I think Cody has a solid point as well. I think it's actually not that much better. In fact, it may even be worse for Enzo to have Memphis there. The only benefit is that if Memphis does somehow survive the Final Four, then he can somehow maybe end up in the Final Two with Memphis, which might be better odds for him, but it's definitely better odds to somehow end up in the Final Two with Christmas. So, I'm actually starting to come around on the idea that it's maybe better for Christmas to stay for Enzo.
Yeah, I mean, Memphis has not Memphis. Oh, now I'm doing what you do. Enzo has a talk later in the night to the cameras where he kind of expresses everything that I think we're saying about his position in the game. He pretty much knows that he has a ticket to the final three unless like a very specific circumstance happens. And I don't even know if he's even planning on winning a competition in the next round, because I think he feels like he doesn't have to. I'm sure like he's not going to throw them especially, but like, I think he feels like he doesn't need to win.
I think he wants to win. He was, this is a dumb reason, because he wants to win, but he was talking to Mulan about how he really wants to win.
And what did Mulan say back?
You know what? Unfortunately, I did not hire a cow translator, so I was not able to catch the response, but I'm pretty sure he wants to win.
We'll wait for the DRs.
I think the point is though that he needs some wins on his resume. He needs to start winning things so he can win the game. So I do think he will try in the Final Four.
I don't want to do this.
We also have a situation, they talked about this as well during the day, about how Cody and Enzo still have not seen the block yet, right? So they want to bring the other person's streak to have that over the other going into the end game if they happen to end up in the final two together. I mean, it also without being on a block. So whoever wins the next HOH definitely has the opportunity to take that away from the other, and I think that they will end up taking it.
Yes. So it's like I said, the more I think about it, the more I am kind of feeling like it maybe is genuinely better for Enzo to have Christmas there. So long as Nicole is still willing.
I don't fucking care.
Which it seems like she is, according to what she said to the cameras thus far. That might change, of course, but you know. We'll see.
Yeah, and I mean, just looking at it from like our perspective, I mean, it does kind of feel like Cody is the top pick of who's likely to win the next HOH anyway. So if you're looking at it as the other three are going to be the options to be evicted, and say Cody wins the veto again, because again he's going to to me seem like the most likely to win there. Nicole ends up being off the block, and then she's going to have her choice. Well, actually, ends up being in trouble there.
He could be, but I just don't see Nicole burning Cody at the Final Four like that. Especially if he won the veto and gave her the option, like, hey, I'm going to leave you off the block, but you need to vote. And
fuck off.
Is Nicole really going to danky Cody?
She does have a very big, not fear, but she has a very big, something holding her back from ever really, putting Cody in that much, going against him that much. It's noticeable, probably for the majority of the game, but especially, recently when it's down to just that, she really doesn't want to piss Cody off. And I don't know what that is, I don't know what that, is all about. It's just, she's thankful for him, for...
Oh, wait, shit, that's not what I meant to do.
He's been able to or whatever, but, I don't know, she just keeps going back to this, I don't want to make Cody mad.
Yeah,
I guess.
I implicitly against Cody's will heading into the final
No
three,
clue what I'm
especially
doing
when
here.
Cody is the most likely person to win the final 3 HOH, and I don't know, I just don't
Oh, you
see
can just
that
exit, right?
personally. And that's why
If she betrays him there, what's to stop him from betraying her in Final 3?
Exactly.
Christmas at the Final 2, so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Cody and Nicole just burned you that hard to try, I mean, if she's basically saying that she's willing to take Christmas now to the Final 2, if she's willing to burn you that hard.
What was he saying?
Enzo in there so that she can then go to Cody in Final 3 and say, if you win the Final 3 HOH, you have to take me. You're not going to vote for me again. Enzo played a strong social game. You can't set up next to it.
Yeah, and what I can see Nicole doing is, even if she has the veto, doing something like, hey, I'm doing this for you. Christmas would take me to the Final 2, and I know Enzo's going to take you, but I'm
Wait, how much money do I need?
And that, like, I'm doing this for you. Don't make me look like a fool by taking Enzo to the Final 2 instead of me. And Cody will, of course, be like, never. I would never. And then who knows what she'd end up doing. But I can literally see that conversation happening.
Yeah, I mean, the whole dynamic, and that's what like, even when the end game starts being boring in terms of like overall feeds, like the specific way that the pieces become different each round, like how they become different, like in the eyes of all the other players each round, is one of the more interesting parts. And that's why, like, towards this part of the end game, even though, like I said, feeds are boring, when you actually catch the game conversations to see how, like, an Enzo who was super safe for the whole game, and all of a sudden Nicole is starting to see him in a different light, and then, you know, just next week it might be completely different. Like right now she might be like, Enzo being gone would be good for me,
Okay, that's not
but
too
then when
bad.
next week comes, if she has that decision in front of her, Enzo being gone would be bad for her. So
Shit, we just need to sell shit.
find the things to pay attention to down in 16 boring
Where
games
can we
with
sell
that.
stuff?
Final 16? Yeah, wow, it is just 16 left.
That was a guess. If I got that right,
It's the 28th, right?
Card. Yeah.
Yeah, 16 days. 12.
Hey, look at me.
Look at you. Alright, so...
Is there not a pawn shop
spent
here?
a long time campaigning to Nicole about, you know, trying to evict Cody. Got a backdoor. Nicole humors it. And Christmas, like, at the very least, like, take me off the block. You can't trust these boys to keep me. And Nicole's like, I think they will.
Oh, there it is.
Well, really? Like, we can really talk to Enzo and blah, blah, blah. It's so much nonsense.
Let's see how much we can make. I doubt we can make enough, but we'll see.
I mean, you gotta ask, right? You gotta at least ask, see how it goes. They're not gonna do it, but if you just go the entire 48 hours or whatever it is in between veto comp and veto ceremony, and you don't even ask, well, you want to take me down? Worth a shot. Not gonna happen.
And yes, and as our little skit sort of was designed for, it said that they're constantly complaining about Christmas, talking to them about...
Fuck, we need like 10,000. Oh, we do.
Christmas leaves and Enzo comes up, he's like, yo, you weren't even up here for 3 minutes.
Oh, well, that's depressing. Oh, well.
Christmas just won't leave them alone, which, you know, like, I get it. I do, as somebody who has watched Christmas, but at the same time, like, there's 5 of you in the house. Like, do you really expect to be able to have, like, alone time from one specific person of the 4 other people that are in the house?
Yeah, they've been complaining about her for what, like 4 weeks now or so, from like focusing in on how annoying she is and how much she just breaks up conversations.
Look, even that's not enough, actually, is it?
Point. And, like, I've also been tweeting about how, like, annoying that Christmas keeps surviving these weeks, but the fact that she's annoying everybody else in the house by still being there, and I'm not worried about her winning.
Ah, shit.
Wait,
let's see,
Enzo being set off is the best Enzo, so that's, like, when you're gonna get the most fun.
Wait, what the fuck?
version of Enzo. If he's just calm, cool,
Worth
collected,
that
then
much?
they're just boring. So, at least we still have those 2 in the house, and she has, you know, no idea that she's
Oh, it's worth nothing.
much, but that's Christmas for you.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So, Memphis is also going to talk to Nicole. She's pretending to be considering this idea about, like, oh, yeah, maybe I'll backdoor Cody, maybe it'll happen. And Memphis is kind of like, really? I mean, if you're willing to do that, like, I'm willing to talk, I'm willing to deal. You know, like we can talk through this, we can figure this out. And she's like, yeah, we'll think about it. And then after he leaves, she's like, man, I'm glad Cody told me about the wise guys because I know that Memphis is lying. I don't know if I would know. Like, I think the implication, like, I don't know if maybe I would have fallen for this if I didn't already know about the wise guys. Because Memphis keeps making a huge point of like, hey, you know this. I have made no other deals. I am somebody who is very straightforward and I'm very stingy with the deals that I make. And I'm going to make the deal with you, and you know how good I am on my word. I made the wise guys. I stuck to the wise guys. We made it to the final 7. Like, we're locked in.
That's what I meant to do.
Extend this offer to you. We can even go as far as the final 2 if that's what you want. And it feels very compelling, except Nicole already knows that it's a lie. But if she didn't know it was a lie, who knows?
Yeah, and the conversation that you were just talking about, that was like a late night one.
What is that? Finishing?
Okay. Because, like, I just happened to, I was catching up this morning. I mean, feeds were down for, like, hours and hours yesterday, as I feel like it's typical
Boost
for
light attack. I'll do that.
When they came back, it was, like, later in the night, and it was, you know, Christmas and Nicole had been talking, and then I guess after Christmas had that conversation, she goes downstairs and she's trying to, you know, pump up.
I don't know if we need those.
Now. You need to go be the one up there in the room making these deals.
We'll get that
but then
though.
at this point, Cody and Enzo had been up there for a little while, and Nicole's watching on the cameras the whole time, and I'm sitting there laughing because Memphis is like, first of all, he doesn't go to bed late. He's usually in bed by 10 p.m. And at this point, we're like 11 or so, 11:30, 12:30 or something like that, and he's just walking around the house, doing laps over to the bathroom, in the kitchen, over around.
I guess we're gonna fight them.
Like, why is he awake? Like, what is he doing? What, like, does he want to talk to me? Is something happening? She, like, it was very noticeable that after 6 or 7 days of going to bed early, he was just wandering around the house, like, being weird. And then I think it was about 4 laps that he had taken around the house, and eventually, finally, he made his way upstairs, sat in the little
something else I should do.
room, and then
this one.
the only one left in there.
If we sold everything we had equipped.
What is he doing? Like, what is he? If you want to come talk to Nicole, come talk to Nicole. And then by the time he came in the room, Nicole was like almost laughing in his face. Not really, like she was like stifling it in, but she was trying to like not like laugh about the fact that he has been obviously very nervous to come talk to her. And then that conversation.
What? You need skills?
The same BS that they had earlier in the day, because Memphis is nervous. Look, he's definitely shaken up a little bit. I think I even saw him like get up. I don't know why I watched all of this. I had it on in the background. I just did not turn it off this morning as I was up early today. And he was like, I think he was like going to the bathroom again. Like I just definitely see him shaken up, worried about how this week's going. I definitely think he knows that his number might be up here, and Christmas is trying to help him out, and I think the worry that Christmas keeps bringing to him is only making him more worried about it all. So, you know, the veto's not going to get used. Maybe that'll calm him down so that he can then go to work on the guys and just continue to ensure that Christmas is the one that's going to go home. But now that, you know, we're in these final hours before the veto ceremony, and Christmas keeps, you know, going to him saying, we might be able to get Cody on the block, and Memphis' head is spinning. He's like, I don't think that's going to happen, but okay, I guess I'll have to try.
Yeah,
a lot happened in a little time.
Oh shit.
That conversation between Nicole, Cody, and Enzo before Memphis came up was the one where they were talking about the final 4 like nominations. And they were joking about like different combinations of nominations, which I have a feeling
They go in here?
actually, you know, actually be strategic, but they were just joking.
Okay, well let's just fight him then.
Nicole also says to the cameras after Memphis leaves, she says, you know, Cody is playing a great game. But everybody knows he's playing a great game. I'm playing a great game. And it's a secret. People don't know it.
Oh, he just disappears?
Great games always go over
Cool.
so well with the juries, don't they?
What am I doing?
Secretly great.
Secretly great. Nicole Franzel's game.
Wait, where did I go? Chat.
That'll be on the discussion one day in the all-time winner rankings when she wins again this season. Well, she played one game that was, some people say underrated, but she played again. It was secretly great. So how do we weigh that in with the grades? Some of them are great, but Nicole's secretly great.
Also, like, she had a conversation when Christmas was pitching to her. They were talking about Tyler, and Nicole was just like, yeah, I could always tell when Tyler was lying. I don't understand why everyone thought he was such a great liar. Like, what happened? Like, and Chris was like, yeah, he was terrible. They're like, I can't believe, like, everyone on season 20, like, believed him. It's so weird. Christmas was like, oh, they were newbies. And I was like, I guess so. Like, he's just so bad at it.
Yeah, she's like, the first time he lied to me, like he just looked at me and he lied, and I was like, is this a joke? Or is this like, are you gonna tell me like, haha, just kidding? But then he walked out of the room and she was like, I just couldn't believe that was his real story. That was what actually he was trying to convince me about. And Nicole was saying, you know, a similar thing. I think hasn't she been telling people like in a very shady way, like, oh, I thought Tyler was the saboteur because his gameplay was so all over the place that I thought he must have been, you know, playing with some other agenda because it just didn't make sense what he was doing. And, you know, we've talked to death about Tyler's game and about how he kind of just didn't have his head in it the whole time, so that's kind of what they're really picking up on here, but
what was it?
Just all high and mighty about the, like, oh, Tyler was bad, we're good. Tyler's not that good.
Yeah, well, it's like, yeah, he never worked on you, Nicole. Like, you never had any conversations with him. Of course you never believed him with anything he said.
And she's acknowledged that before too. She said like we never talked. Like obviously he put me on the block. We never talked. It was always fake.
It's kind of like it would kind of be like if I talked to Dr. Will in an interview and he lied to me about something that I saw in the game. I'm like, wow, Dr. Will, such a bad liar. I see right through this. Why does everyone believe you when you say things?
It's like it was like 09 something, right?
Or just in general, post-game interviews or whatever, he's going to be saying the same thing. So, yeah, you didn't talk. You were always lying to each other. Same thing with Danny, same thing with, I don't know, whoever else, that you're not giving information to other people. Like, it's not many people go through the game being, like, actually, like, great liars to everybody in the house, but they're just kind of patting themselves in the back a little bit here.
Yeah. So then, I mean, honestly, that was basically the day. Nicole and Enzo talk a bit more about.
Okay, it's three numbers. Okay.
Yeah.
I got it.
We can beat Cody. Of course we can. What is these people talking about? We can't beat Cody. They're so. You can beat Cody. I can beat Cody. We can all beat Cody. Is that really so? Oh, he's won a bunch of comps. Whatever. You just won some comps, Nicole. You know?
Enough, yo, enough.
Oh shit.
We gotta get Cody out of here, yo, enough.
Well, that's the thing. It's not that they have to get him out, it's that they can beat him. It's the, and you know, they're like, yeah, Cody, he's won all those comps, but we have been maneuvering around other people's comp wins. We've had a harder time with this game because we didn't have the comp wins. So, if Cody's all about comp wins, he's got a bunch of comp wins, whatever, that doesn't mean he's gonna beat us in the end. Good. No.
Yeah, and I'm sure this will come up a little bit, you know, as well on the roundtable tomorrow. But it did sound like, as a little talk to the campers after Nicole had like left the HOH, it sounded a little bit like he was aware of cutting Cody his best move, and I think that a lot of people have been talking about Enzo's the most loyal guy, like he'll take Cody to the end, but the way he was talking, he was saying Nicole and Christmas in the final three with him would be great. He's like, I want to see Cody there too. I like Cody a lot. You know, I want to bring him there. I want to see him there. But the beginning of that talk was Cody going in Final Four would be the best for him. At least, like to hear him have that thought out loud was comforting to hear as somebody who would like to see Enzo do well. To have him know that sitting next to Cody in the end would not be great for him. So, yeah, and I see in the chat, yeah, he's all talk, I fully get that, but just would love to
there's no way I would have figured this out. What the fuck is this?
You know, if Cody is an option in the next 2 rounds,
5824.
maybe he would do so, I don't know. Unlikely, but yeah, maybe.
Maybe that has something to do with him wanting to keep Memphis around, that if he's got Memphis, then it gives him the option to cut Nicole, and then to cut Christmas, and then get to the final three with Memphis and Nicole, in a spot where hopefully Memphis is still willing to take him, or something along those lines, maybe. Like the chat said, this is, I just don't envision a scenario where either Enzo or Nicole burn Cody at the final four. Maybe by the final three, when it's the last decision to make, they might think, okay, I'm not gonna pull a Cody. Maybe, but I still feel like it's pretty unlikely.
And that's all to assume that, you know, Cody's not winning his way there at this point. We're down to Final Four as of, you know, Thursday, and Cody has 2 chances to see himself in Final Four, and then just, you know, win that final part of the HOH, which he has done before. So, expecting to not see Cody in the final 2 chair at this point does feel pretty
Wait,
optimistic. That's not
what's
what
her
you're
face
looking
go?
for, but,
Sayama.
you know, I guess you're still gonna talk about the other paths if he doesn't end up winning that. I mean, you know, I think just from a predictions perspective, you know, definitely see him making his way to the final 3. He will win one of the next comps for sure. Final 3, it's just then that 50-50 chance that he ends up, you know, being taken out by whoever wants to move on to the final 2 and not sit next to him. So that's kind of what we're playing for here. Final 16 days.
There you go. So that's what we have for you today. Unless there's anything else you want to bring up.
No, that's about it. I mean, like I said, you know, it's not the most interesting by any means here, but as somebody who is very excited to see Christmas and Enzo swirling in their seats here on the lot today.
Okay, I didn't even know I could do that.
Over the next 3 days to see both of them fight each other live. Christmas has been fighting live and, you know, working their way today. This dynamic between Christmas and Nicole is doing a lot to make Enzo and Tony skeptical about keeping them in the house. So, as much as it does seem like that's what he's going home and everybody's aware that he should.
That's it. That's all it did.
I still feel like we're going to get
It's 100% not worth it. Why does this guy have so much help?
If that's, you know, something you're interested in.
Right. Well, there you go. Yes, you know, it's not, this always happens, really, towards the end of the season. Like, the day-to-day is not going to be quite as interesting because there's so much big decisions that aren't going to be, like, impacted on a day-to-day level necessarily, but a small update and big things to talk about usually as we get into the end game, which is still pretty interesting in terms of the different strategies and things that could happen as far as I'm concerned. But that's what we have for you. I'll of course be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern to update you on everything that happens today on the Big Brother 22 live feed. And later tonight we will have the veto episode of Big Brother 22, and there will be a recap after that. Tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern, we will have the Stock Watch Roundtable, so make sure you tune in for
What do you think it's your wage episode?
the scores and the prices. We're going to see where everything goes, and that's what we have for you. So you can find me on Twitter at Armstrong Terran or on Twitch, twitch.tv/Terran Armstrong. Matt, where can people find you?
Find me on Twitter at Malagori and anything that I have going on. So check me out there, and I'm sorry again for being in the way of you in the chat on this lovely Monday morning. I'm sure you guys will have some time together soon.
Good.
Yes, also, it's not the veto episode. I got screwed up because it's Monday. It's the HOH episode. HOH episode all the way on Monday.
So you can't get Memphis and Enzo right, you can't get HOH and Vito right. What are we paying you for?
Yeah. Alright. Well, thank
Long
you guys.
season, 6 to 9 days.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. I'll see you next time.
Okay. We were heading back. Or are we? Where are we going? That's it for that. But yeah, I mean, recently I've still been going through the Totally Not Mark Dragon Ball retrospectives and watching those. And I'm almost done. I'm literally on the final one. Well, I'm on the final, like, one based around the entire arc. But, wait, what? Yeah, what was it? Yeah, I just started watching the Tournament of Power one, and it's really made me want to go back and rewatch the Tournament of Power. Like, the Tournament of Power, I just think, like, it's a ridiculous arc in terms of how it's structured and everything, in terms of, like, how, like, this, like, however long, like, what, 30 episodes, so what is that? That's, like, 600 minutes, right? Like, 600 minutes of actual, like, of anime takes place over the course of, like, an hour, whatever the fuck it is, I don't remember, like, 3 hours or something. Yeah, how long was the Tournament of Power? I really don't remember. Like, in terms of real time in the series. It wasn't that long, right? It was like an hour or two. How long was the Tournament of Power?
48 minutes. According to Hypebeast, the 35-episode Battle Royale is condensed into 48 minutes. The tournament
Was it really that short?
led by multiverse ruler Zeno saw the 10 of the
Yeah, I get the point.
universes participate in an epic Battle Royale.
Was it really 48 minutes? It was that short? Yeah, holy shit, yeah, it was. That's fucking weird. Yeah, canonically, it's only 48 minutes. Oh, that's weird. I thought it was longer than that, but even again, like, it's fucking 600 minutes in terms of the anime time. It's ridiculous. So it's like, it's such a fun arc, though, in terms of, like, I really, really like the Tournament of Power. From an anime standpoint. Again, from a storytelling standpoint, it's like, whatever. Wait, can we just run away? No, won't let me? Okay, I guess we can. I think it'd be fun to rewatch the Tournament of Power, though. I don't know if I care enough to use a potion right now. What's that? Well, let's actually go try to eat. Because... Oh wait, can we... I actually don't want to... Oh wait, no, this is a partner now. I'm not gonna do that. Oh shit, I didn't realize we were that far into the episode. Oh, either way, I think we'll go here and eat and then we'll end. Alright, so let's legitimately eat here this time. Fuck, I only have 5,000. Wait, what? Oh, I mean, we're selling. Oh fuck, I don't even have enough money for that. That's not even that great in terms of... whatever. Let's do it. Ah, fuck off, I don't want it. Nope, I don't care. Alright, so let's see what we can do here. Oh, that's literally it. Okay. Well, let's make sure we can do that first. And then this. Nothing? What was this? I don't know if those are worth it. Oh. How have I not gotten that yet? What are these? I don't need that. Yeah, I don't need any of those. What is this? Token appreciation increases the chance that items will drop. 6666. I mean, it's not that bad. Fuck it. Let's get it. Whatever. Alright, then we'll end. Ah, fuck off. I put the wrong one. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching.